thought the way you guys played, or I guess the way you guys or they defended you, allowed you to have that kind of night?
I mean, I think when we talk about like the connectivity of the game, I just thought the game was connected. I thought we were really focused on our game plan execution. I thought that led to great shots, and I think the connectivity of that kind of kept that energy going. Obviously they had some poor shooting, but I thought we were pretty intentional on the things that lead to winning against them: transition, taking away cuts, offensive rebounds. And so I just think the connectivity of our defensive execution to fighting for a great shot kind of led to what you're talking about.
In the first quarter rotations, I feel like it's been a lot of full first for Tatum this year. He comes out and then comes back in the last two games here. What kind of led to that rotation wrinkle the last couple of nights for you guys, and what do you feel like you got out of that?
I think just continuing to use the versatility of our team, especially when we're fully healthy, being able to get to different stuff that we can do, and the guys do a great job of making sure that it's connected to the matchups. How teams are defending us, but it's just a different way for us to play, especially when we're fully healthy.
Kristaps, for a handful of games, has gotten off to a fast start. Is that intentional on your part?
No, I just think he's getting more comfortable. I mean, obviously we want to involve him as much as we can, but I think he's getting comfortable, having an understanding how he's being defended. One, getting into a rhythm of playing, consecutive games and just getting used to being with the guys. But I think he's just having a comfort level of reading the game and having understanding how he's being defended and the shots that he could get. But I think, he's been really physical on both ends of the floor for us lately, and just his continued growth is big for us.
It seemed like you guys got a lot of good offense out of going at Curry there, especially in the third quarter. What did you like about the way Jalen kind of approached that matchup?
I mean, I thought the first play of the game, Curry deflected a pass, and I thought we made a conscious effort to be more physical in our post attacks, whether it was Curry, Hield, and even Moody at times. And I thought that compromised their defense a little bit, and we were able to take advantage of that. So, I think the physicality of our deep post catches versus their smalls was impactful, and we found different ways to get to that, whether it was JB, whether it was JT, whether it was KP. But I thought JB did a good job of kind of setting the tone from that physicality standpoint.
Joe, say the Toronto game, are you starting to see more things that you like more consistently over the last week or so?
Yeah, I mean, even in the Atlanta loss, I felt like it was one of the best games we defended them. We didn't attack them as well as we wanted to at times, and so I think you have to fight for when you're not getting the result you want, and sometimes when you are, you have to fight for what's the right process. And so I've liked a lot of the things that we've been doing on both sides of the ball. And you just got to fight for process versus results as far as that. And I think the consistency of that could lead to further success. And so, we saw that for the most part today as well.
And when a guy like Jalen's not quite playing like himself, and maybe do you pull him aside? What's that kind of dynamic like when you see a guy might be going through something maybe off the floor, just mentally, and to try to get him back on track?
One, you trust them. You trust the work that they've put in their career. I mean, you trust the work they put in daily. I think that's a huge part of that. These guys go through, so much on and off the court. So it's a lot of trust, just seeing the way he carries himself. And I think it's just my job to, hey, how can I put you in better situations? So I just think it's a high level of communication that you try to have, and just, whatever they need, you try to make sure us as a staff and team can put them in the best position.
You mentioned his matchup with Steph. What do you appreciate about his work on the other end, like chasing him, the amount of stress that can put on a guy who then has to play both ways?
Yeah, I think that's becoming an identity that he has, is the ability to impact the game physically on both ends of the floor. The thing that can't go unnoticed is the Steph Gary Payton pick and roll is one of the highest efficiency ones in the league, and I thought Drew's ability to defend the Payton screening was huge for us to take that away. And so I think just when the guys can be different ways to be impactful and physical, and I think Jalen did that from a standpoint. But I think Drew's ability to take away some of their pick and roll efficiency was big for us.
Joe, this strong minutes from the starting five, but it started that third quarter, a good performance from them against the Magic. Where you feel like they're out, and from a cohesion standpoint, that group like meshing together? Do you feel like, you mentioned training camp last week, do you feel like they've kind of passed that point in terms of how they work together here?
I mean, we've gotten better reps. We've gotten better rhythm on the offensive end of the floor, understanding each other's spaces, more connectivity on the defense. So I like the process of kind of where those guys have been at, even throughout some of the times where we haven't gotten the result that we wanted. So we just got to keep the focus on that.
Today was another day of shooting above 40% from three. Obviously, there was a stretch where you guys were consistently not shooting well, and now it's hurting. What are the biggest factors that you think are leading to better shooting performances, besides for just luck? Obviously, sometimes it's going to be that. But are there other things that you're looking for, metrics to not field goal percentage, but other things?
No, I think that's a question that you kind of wrestle over constantly. What comes first? You know, the defensive execution, the made three. Do you play harder if you make a three first, then defend? Do you defend and play without it? So I think that's always a constant conversation. I think the process of just fighting for the best shot and taking those shots regardless of if it's going, and you just kind of work through that, you know, continually, and you try to build that mindset. As long as we're competing at a high level and we're fighting for the right shots and we get those more times than not, you kind of trust the process of that. Thanks.